Hi, my name is Joe Kempe with the iPod Repair Clinic. I've been repairing iPods since 2003. Today we're going to show you how to upgrade your iPod video to another color. On this particular segment, we're going to do an iPod video in black, and we're going to purple and gold center click wheel. So I'm going to show you how to open the iPod, then I'm going to show you how to change the face to the iPod. All right, let's get started. First thing you're going to want to do is to remove the back casing. Now, as you see, it's a very, very tight casing. With a plastic face, it's a little bit easier than a metal face. The fifth generations are slightly easier. What I do then is I use a screwdriver and just kind of plant it right in the very corner. Then what I'm going to do now is use and create a gap. Then what I'm going to do now is use my spudgy tool and start to build, just to go around, and you see right away it opens up. Okay, it opens up very, very nicely. Be very gentle when you open up an iPod, because there are cables underneath that you may tear if you get it too aggressive. On this particular one, just kind of rotate the case a bit and pull on the battery cable from the connector. This particular one had a battery already installed. This is a new battery. What I'm going to do now is we're just going to lift up the hard drive, and we're going to take it out of our way. This hard drive has been here a long time. You can see some of the padding is already coming off. So I haven't opened this iPod yet. All right, let's set this aside. What you want to do is release the headphone cable, because you don't want that to tear. You know, sometimes these things happen. First thing you're going to do then, second, is going to remove the face. And these are 6 little screws all around. And we're going to have to remove pretty much the LCD as well, because what we're going to do is going to change the click wheel. And I'll show you how to do that in a moment. All right, there we go. You pop open the face. You set that aside. You open up the click wheel, and you just kind of make sure it's nice and clean. What we're going to do now is just undo the LCD. It's a little tricky. You gotta just use your screwdriver and be very gentle. Lift it up. You're going to pop out the board, just enough for you to remove the click wheel. What you want to do is just pull that off. Keep it connected. Just rotate it. Use your fingernail. Just kind of pop open the gate for the click wheel. So you have your click wheel now is open, exposed. Take off the adhesive off the new click wheel and send that. Put that around, make sure that it's nice and in place. Go ahead and set that down. What we're going to do now is repopulate this. I'm going to take off all these protective pieces of plastic. I don't want them in my way. I'm going to use a little bit of gravity to hold everything in place. This click wheel feels a little depressed, and there's a little bit of play in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a bit of the backing, and then I'm going to tear a piece off. I gotta get my scissor. All right. We're going to use this black padding from the LCD, from the face, and we're going to put a couple of these on the button, one on the front side, one on the back side, so we can improve the height, because what you want to do is you want to keep it kind of flush. This one, for some reason, it's not flush. So we're going to put one on the center button here. And then we're going to put one piece of rubber on the back side of the click wheel. That'll give us a little bit of an improvement here. All right, here we go. All right, now let's check it again. Put this in place, spin it around, make sure it locks, and there we go. Yes, it feels much more flush. And what you want to do then is take the LCD, put it in place. You take the protective backing off of the new face. You're going to need that for another repair someday. And what we're going to do then is we're going to, I can't do it, and I'm going to pick that up a little bit because I need to have access to the center button. I'm going to send it right. It's a little tricky. You got to center the button, center the click wheel, kind of doing everything all together. And there we go. There we go. It's clicked nice, and you see how nice and flush it is. That's what you want. You can go ahead and set that back down. What we're going to do now is put back the LCD connector, and then we're going to put back the screws, and that should do it. Close the gate and use your magnetic screwdriver and go ahead and fasten the face. Make sure that the LCD is in good location. It's not pinching or anything like that. All right. And we're going to kind of give it a little squeeze, making sure that the screws are finding their holes. There we go. It's a very pretty iPod. And then we're going to go over here. All right. To take. Next one. Sometimes these things are not made perfectly. That one went in. They're just a slight, they're all aftermarket faces. Apple never envisioned changing faces, face colors. So they're not 100% drilled properly, or they could have some issues. Have to make sure that nope. Might have to just loosen it a little bit, because you don't want to press too hard. You got to make sure that this thing doesn't bind or do any weird stuff. And so you really got to kind of play with this a little bit, because you want to make sure that the LCD is not being pinched, because you could ruin the LCD. And LCDs right now are 3 times the prices they were in the old days. So they're very, very hard to come by them. So you have to be very, very careful not to break them. All right, this is, all right. It's not, I'm a little bit worried about this, because I got to make sure that it's, so sometimes you have to just readjust it. Just take your time opening up your iPod, making sure that everything is nicely seated properly, You don't want to pinch anything. You don't want to pinch the LCD. You don't want to pinch anything. Just take your time, work it around. Because if your screws are not going perfectly into place, it's probably something is binding. Something is in its way. And I can see now I've got a much better view of the screw hole. And but no, it's not. So I'm going to see what's going on here. All right. This side seems to be okay. Yeah. Like I said, these things are not made by Apple, so you got to be just very careful and just gotta kind of help it. All right, that's good. So I got one side in nicely. Just gonna work on this side now. I'm wondering why it's not finding itself. All right, let's try this. Oh, that's better. No, they're not finding themselves. Cut this video. All right, once you have all the screws locked down on the new face, you can go ahead and put back the cables and a new back. I took the time to find a nicer looking back like that. This was the old 30 gig, and this is another 30 gig that I had. What I like to do is, you know, repopulate it and get it ready to go. You can save yourself a little time. You can mix and match, things like that. But I'm going ahead and just putting on another back from another iPod that I was working on that has already a new headphone jack and battery. And here we go. And it does take a little effort, but these little tiny screws can be a little difficult, but hopefully not too difficult. Okay, here we go. All right, once you have all this locked down, this is the plastic frame. It's really important to have a plastic frame because without that, you run the risk of damaging the charge port. All right, once you have that all together, you have your iPod looking really nice. Go ahead and insert the headphone jack very gently, straighten it out, put it in place, lock it down, use your fingernail or your finger, just lock it down. It's in place. This is the hard drive, the original 30 gig hard drive. In future videos, we're going to show you how to upgrade this one to 128 flash. Today, we're only going to do a hard drive. And now that's in. Go ahead and plant it down. Put the battery in. And then we're going to do a little testing. Because again, I don't close it until I'm ready to close. And I only use my fingernail to put in the battery. I don't use any tools and any abrasive tools. Okay, here we go. This is your purple and gold iPod. It's got some issues with the hard drive, I can tell. Sometimes it doesn't make a connection, so we have to play with it a little bit because it was working the other day. So if you don't get these in perfectly and lock them all down, make sure everything is in place. That could have been just a communication problem with the hard drive. Okay, let's give it another go. there we have it. And click wheel is nice and sensitive. And there we have our purple and gold iPod video with a new back. All right, thank you very much for coming to this video. I'm sorry I had a little difficulty, but I think you got the gist of it. All right, thank you for enjoying this, and I hope to see you on another repair video.